It's that time, America. What goes up must wipe out.
Woo! 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 Break it down and we'll break it back up. I'm ready to go!
Today, on a very special episode of Wipeout, 24 of America's finest, from the military to police officers, firefighters, civil servants, and everyday heroes, go head-to-head with the most patriotic obstacle course ever assembled. We'll see magnificent falls, sensational tumbles, and astonishing spills.
America's finest!
Only our mightiest four will advance to the most challenging obstacle course of all, the Wipeout Zone. The epic competition begins now. One will become a champion, but all will wipe out.
My pants! Somebody get my pants!
Hello, America, and welcome to Wipeout. I'm John Anderson here with John Henson, and today Wipeout proudly salutes America's finest.
Oh, you mean like Angelina Jolie? She is fine.
No, I mean like police and firefighters, teachers, civil servants.
Oh, that's cool too.
This week, we celebrate 24 extraordinary men and women who make a difference in their communities by volunteering their time and serving in noble professions. These fine Americans will go head-to-head on the biggest, craziest, and most patriotic obstacle course ever assembled.
And you know what's going to happen at the end, right? One of them will walk away with 50,000 flag-waving George Washington.
And it all starts with the red, white, and blue qualifier. This week, we begin with the sweeper trees.
Contestants must maneuver across the beam without getting hit by our sweeper arms.
After that, we move on to a patriotic sucker punch, which is followed immediately by our forefathers, red, white, and blue balls. From there, we go to the shake-a-lator.
Want a side of freedom fries with that shake?
Finally, shapeshifter.
Oh, yes. Nothing more American than getting in shape of a triangle, square, or circle.
As always, the 12 fastest competitors will advance to the next round.
Well, John, if you don't mind, I would like to take a special moment to greet America's finest.
It's all yours.
Hello, America's finest. You have been selected for your sense of duty. Would one of you brave individuals please step forward to go first? Anyone? Jill, we got anybody to go first?
All right, guys, Dean Viana is down here with me. Dean, what do you do?
I'm a fire captain with the fire department and also been a paramedic for over 14 years.
I've always wanted to be carried by firemen.
Whoa.
Now's as good a time as any, so
Sounds good to
carry me to the course. Bye, John.
There,
Bye.
Guys, you knocked over some lighting. Jill? Hot fireman? Well, that was irresponsible, John. I'm glad nobody was hurt. Oh, boy. Do you smell burning rubber?
Did you call him hot fireman?
It was a stressful situation. I panicked. Leave me alone.
The hot fireman needs to get across our sweeper trees.
Yeah, let's do this!
The trick here, knowing what's in front of you while also being aware of what's behind you.
Yeah, our hot fireman got over the red, smacked by the white, and knocked into the blue.
More red, white, and bruise ahead here as Dean goes toe-to-toe with the sucker punch.
Oh, shot to the ear, and he's down. Hot fireman still looking good coming out of the mud, though. Seriously, not even a hair out of place.
Can't see anything.
Yeah, blind across the big balls. I have his odds as never.
Oh, exactly.
Those balls on the chin.
Did he just say those balls are itching? John, I take offense to that. I personally rubbed them down with talcum powder before we started.
No, it's not the itching, it's the redness. Hot fireman Dean now at the shake-a-lator, where we've added exclusive VIP roping for America's finest job. Oh, hot fireman tripped by that velvet rope.
Yeah, life outside the bubble ain't easy, Johnny. Oh, now he's headbanging into our VIP balls.
VIP balls, John?
Nothing but the best for America's finest.
Oh, hello.
Oh. I hope he wore a cup.
I hope he wore a bowl.
Not sure he's outfitted in either. Hot fireman Dean regaining his footing. One more rope to clear.
Oh, I bet his boys are nervous now.
What's that, John?
His boys at the fire station. I bet they're nervous watching.
Here's the leap. Terrific! He's made it.
Ooh, that was hot.
America's finest.
Dean, save your boast until after the last obstacle, the shapeshifter. And today we have a slippery slide. You'll have to time that slide just right to get through one of those shapes and then stop the clock on our finish platform. Oh!
Still hot, Dean. Still hot.
Jill, I'd say the shapeshifter dropped him like he was hot.
Yeah. Well, I hope the hot fireman Dean wins the 50 grand now because he owes us a new camera and the lighting pattern.
Red hot run, Dean. Red hot.
Let's go back to the top of the course where Gary Busey appears to be using a giant litter box.
Actually, this is an undercover police officer, John.
What? Why would he come on a national television show?
Well, we promised not to say his name or show his interview.
Oh, cool. Let's go down to Jill and find out more.
No, I said we can't show his interview.
Anderson, don't worry, I got it covered.
All right, so Steven, how do you go undercover?
Extremely clever, John.
do is I dress like this. I, wear.
That's nice, okay.
I drive around in a plain car. Nothing fancy.
Ooh, exciting. And what kind of jobs do you do? Like, have you caught shoplifters or?
No, I chase down graffiti vandals.
Ooh, you get lots of work here in LA. Back to you, Dons.
Great interview, Mr. Will Jagner.
Who's better than you? John, you find it slightly ironic that our undercover graffiti cop is being tagged by our sucker punch wall?
I would if I knew what ironic meant. Oh! John, I love having America's finest here. Who's next, huh? An educator, a healer, a baby rescuer? Is that guy wearing a dog collar?
All right, guys, I've got Jeffrey Lee down here with me. Jeffrey, welcome to Wipeout.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, why have you got a dog collar on?
I am here to avenge all the helpless, homeless, abused, and misunderstood pit bulls in America.
Oh, he rescues dogs. Oh, well, it's not babies, but it'll do.
Would you like to say something to your pit bulls out there cheering for you?
Hi, baby. How you doing, sweetie?
Oh, that makes me want to bite his face off.
Well, let's unleash him on the course and see what happens.
Yeah, this is for all the misunderstood and neglected and abused pit bulls in America.
Oh, now his overbite is worse than his bark.
Oh, John, look up ahead. Shaking in terror at the mere sight of the pit bull avenger is mailman Michael Amahundra.
Any chance he's shaking because he's on the shake-a-later?
Anderson, my Nana was a mailman, and they have a fear of dogs and heavy packages, but nothing can stop them. Neither wind, nor rain, nor snow, nor shake-a-later. Definitely wind, rain, and snow.
Johnny Michael, the mailman, shouldn't feel too bad. That shake-a-later rattling up most of America's finest today.
Melanie Rohde, teacher for at-risk youth, is taking some hard knocks. I think she's trying to say something.
Aren't we all? And there's inner-city teacher Andre Hall. He's cutting up in class.
Students haven't seen that before, have they?
Oh, he got held back.
John, maybe 46-year-old Janet Peterson can handle the shake-a-later. She's an air traffic controller, and they're known for being calm under intense pressure.
Yeah, she's a bit of a spastic air traffic controller.
Janet has apparently veered off the flight path.
I'm thinking she doesn't even need a radio to communicate with the pilots. Just throw open the window, listen to her.
Janet, this is Oceanic Flight 815 coming in for a landing. Please advise.
She's cleared 2 ropes and looking very good now. This is just
Awkward to watch.
I think this is a good time to take a break before it gets any more awkward.
All right, Jill, you stay down there and let us know how it turns out, okay?
Okay. It's PG. She did fairly well on that.
Welcome back to Wipeout, where we have 24 of America's finest battling for the 12 spots in our next round.
That's right, and they're hoping to get into the Wipeout zone and win 50,000. John, is she still out there?
I'm afraid she is, and so why don't we just let her finish up and then we can move on. And with that, our spastic air traffic controller is going to finish up with a time around 4:45. Okay, our next fine American is pediatric nurse Kelsey Jetson. She's making her way into the water. Thankfully, she's used to working with sick children because, well, she ran into one today on the course.
Ow! I hurt my head.
Then we say, let's let Bubba look at that.
Oh, I'm not afraid of Bubba at all. He's a nice monkey.
Wow, I bet she's a great nurse, huh? Daddy, don't make me go see the scary monkey lady.
Kelsey, I've got an owie on my arm.
Well, don't tell Bubba Monkey. Once he smells blood, there's no stopping.
Now Kelsey has a matching owl. Up ahead is Air Force mechanic Lacey Youngblood. She says since joining the Air Force, nothing surprises her. What? They don't have shakelators at the base?
You gotta be kidding me!
Do you think our giant shaky foam platform covered in balls is a joke? Yeah, I can see that.
Let's go, Lacey.
Oh, dear God. Dear Lord. This is so much harder than Air Force boot camp.
There's a camp for boots?
This is slushy.
Wait, she wants a slushie?
I think she said it's slushy.
I think she means slippery. Oh! See? John, we got some screams coming from the top of the course. Someone must be feeling it.
Break it down and we'll break it back up.
This is 43-year-old firefighter Rydell Style. Loads of style. Style to spare. Firefighter Style starting off the course and headed right into the sweeper trees. Over an arm there. Oh, but some trouble right away. Watch out in your backdraft. Oh!
He got stopped, dropped, and got rolled.
No style points there. John, today our red, white, and blue sweeper tree is logging an extraordinary number of hits on America's Finest. Oh!
They've tried to step over him.
Oh! Ooh! Hop over him.
And I don't even know what this guy's technique is.
I do. It's poor. Maybe a good Samaritan can conquer the sweeper trees. This is Corey Kilroy. He works for a paving company. But this guy's a real-life hero who jumped into action to save his neighbors' homes from getting burned down.
I went in to save their dogs, ended up saving their house and some neighbors' houses, so.
Wow, so you're like you're a firefighter.
I'm a firefighter with a much smaller hose.
Ooh. From hometown hero to too much information.
Yeah, sounds like the hero's got maybe a little fireman envy.
Paving roads is a noble profession, too, by the way. And right now, Corey is paving his way through the sweeper trees. He could go all the way.
The hometown hero is the first to make it through the sweeper tree.
Yeah, but unfortunately, his hero's welcome is the sucker punch.
Ooh, stinks.
No ticker tape parade for our hero, but the celebration for America's Finest continues all over the course today. Today, America's Finest have not laid down.
Nope.
Nope. So we salute America's police officers. Serving the black and blue.
This is harder than thinking.
Our teachers have come out to show us their stuff.
Oh.
Nurses are here. Nurse their own wounds. And the military is making us proud. Yes, John, today America's Finest have a chance to look their finest. But remember, even they get knocked down, so we're always there to lend them a hand. Because America's Finest inspire us all to be great like them.
I do not look great.
Well, you know, great is in the eye of the beholder.
Let's move ahead to the Shakelator, where we find...
Speedy Gonzalez?
Yeah, John, I know how much you wish that was Speedy Gonzalez, but it's actually Navy rescue swimmer Whitney Warren.
Well, she's definitely having trouble with her sea legs.
Well, she's managed to get herself to the end and getting ready for that final leap.
Oh!
Back!
Mama! Yow!
John, it pains me to say it, but this is the last of America's Finest. Oh! Well, before he got blasted in the belly, he came bearing gifts for Jill.
I have some donuts for you here.
Some donuts?
Yes.
Ooh, sprinkles.
Sprinkles.
So wait a minute, you're one of America's Finest. What are you doing here?
Yeah. I own a donut shop, but I'm also a police officer.
Isn't that a conflict of interest?
You're a police officer? Explain the donuts.
A cop who owns a donut shop. It makes perfect sense. You completely cut out the middleman. Time to make the wipeout.
Actually, Ken owned the donut shop first. Got along so famously with the cops, he joined the force.
Wow, that was loud.
Well, Officer Lee is here to serve and to serve. One more rope to make it over, and John, this cop who owns a donut shop can't be stopped.
Oh!
That's unbelievable, Johnny. He ate that platform like it was all-you-can-eat donut holes in his shop.
Oh!
Let's see if the donut shop cop is cut out for the shapeshifter, John.
Let's go, Kenneth!
I don't know where I'm supposed to go.
Well, you got three choices: circle, square, or triangle.
Where am I supposed to go?
Jill, can you help him out down there?
Can you see this donut that I'm eating?
Well, that's not helping anybody. Okay, Kenneth, visualize yourself as the donut hole. Be the donut hole.
Donut hole!
He said donut hole. Ah! Oh, too bad he went for the square.
If Kenneth can't do it, no one can do it.
Yes, Jill, he certainly is the most qualified. And look at this. The Donut Shop cop has bear clawed his way to a very good time. He's going to advance.
Now we have our dozen of America's finest.
Moving on, hot fireman Dean Viana, Jeffrey the Pitbull Avenger Lee, and spastic air traffic controller Janet Peterson.
Also moving on, our mailman Michael Omahundro, hometown hero Corey Kilroy, and Navy swimmer Whitney Warren.
We are back on Wipeout. The competition that began with 24 contestants is now down to 12. John, we can either thank or blame the qualifier for that. Still with us, hot fireman Dean Viana, Jeffrey the Pitbull Avenger Lee, and inner city teacher Andre Hall.
Joining them, we'll have hometown hero Corey Kilroy, Navy swimmer Whitney Warren, and Kenneth the Donut Shop cop Lee.
Donut hole!
And our next event is a perfect fit for America's Finest.
You know, John, I was actually once in the running to be Mr. America's Finest.
How'd that go?
Not well. A little tip for you. Never wear a girdle in a swimsuit competition.
Yeah.
They check.
Appreciate that image. How about we replace it as quickly as we can with a new one?
Okay.
I suggest the double cross. Here's how it works. Our 12 contestants stand on a 10-foot-high starting platform as 4 planks move in a circular motion. Contestants must jump onto one of the green planks to begin, then use the lone red plank to exit onto the unstable table on the opposite side.
But look out, because in their way are 4 sweeper arms swinging around in the opposite direction. If they wipe out, you gotta start the whole thing all over again.
The first 6 contestants to make it through move on to our next round.
All right, let us commence with the doubling and the crossing.
When are we going?
Corey, our hometown hero, ready to get all brave and daring.
So cool!
That's right, Navy rescue swimmer, and stuff is about to get a whole lot cooler now that the double cross is underway. Somebody lit a fire under our fireman, and he flames out.
Oh, God, man.
Corey, our hometown hero, is up for the challenge.
Oh.
And so is Janet, our spastic air traffic controller.
Sorry, dude.
Some air traffic controller. I thought they dealt near misses.
Yeah, where's Captain Sully when you need him?
Michael the mailman en route to the middle.
And he's about to get a huge surprise, Johnny, because this stunt's a little different this week.
Ah, excellent. We went foam.
Yeah.
What's the phone?
It's just our way of evening the odds. After all, these are America's finest.
Yeah, but you think foam's enough?
Geez, give the foam a chance, Johnny. The flamethrower was malfunctioning, the crows migrated, and insurance wouldn't cover the bear trap.
Fireman Dean's familiar with foam usage, and he's made it to the center.
Ooh, I never thought of that.
The mailman's leaving the blizzard behind.
Oh! He is off like it's Labor Day.
Now Corey, the hometown hero's reached the center, and he's burping the hot fireman?
Even sexy people get gassy sometimes, take my word for it. Mailman Mike joins the party, and he slides off as well, thanks to the foam.
Hey, I'm behind you all the way. Love the foam.
Are you kidding me? Or marshmallows, all right?
Time to get roasted then.
Come on, there's the red. Go for it. Come on.
And Dean is up, but heading down the wrong plank.
Come on, guys. In on the green, out on the red. Just because the foam covered the colors doesn't mean they don't count.
Donut Shop cop has made it to the creamy-filled center, and spastic air traffic controller right on his tail.
But our cop runs that red plank like a red light, and holy donut, he's the first person moving on.
Donuts. That leaves 5 spots, 2 people in the middle. Our hometown hero dashing down the red, hops that bar, racing to the
That leaves our spastic air traffic controller in the middle. Oh! Taken out by the table as well. Permission to buzz the tower?
Permission granted.
How many people got across?
1.
So 5 spots left, and enough slick, luscious foam for all.
This is hard.
This is really hard.
This is hard.
Really? Compared to putting out fires and stopping robberies and owning a dog? This is hard?
It's all because of the foam, Johnny. It may look innocent, but it's cruel and destructive. Oh! Take another look. Hometown hero just got thrown off balance and rinsed.
Yeah, probably because he's used to doing this sort of thing while carrying a family of 4 to safety.
So we still have 5 spots open. Mailman Michael has made it back to the midway point. Our hot fireman is following him like he's driving the back of the engine, and he has made it to the middle.
Our mailman is up and headed down the green route, but he catches himself and then catches himself again in the middle.
But he's gliding down the red plank. Oh, crash lands onto the platform. But yes, signed, sealed, and delivered. The mailman's moving on. Ooh, look out. She's struggling to hang on, but our hot fireman coming to her rescue. Doesn't he know this is a competition?
He can't help it, John. He's a civil servant. It's his duty to help those in need.
Our pit bull Avenger is off, and he's halfway home.
Oh my God, how did I get here?
Just following the scent of the mailman, I guess.
But our spastic air traffic controller has an open runway. Yes, we have touchdown. She claims that third spot. Oh boy, get out those noise-reducing headphones.
Well, she's excitable. It's like she has a propeller inside of her.
That leaves 3 spots available. Our hot fireman bolts down the red plank, nifty step over the bar, and he is safely across.
I'm so happy I got in the middle.
I'd say that's a call for more foam.
Hometown Hero is back on and back in the center, all soaped up. Hometown Hero starting to make a move, got edged out there by the pit bull Avenger.
Oh, I never knew pit bulls were water dogs.
Because they're not.
Hey, wait, where did the Hometown Hero go? Oh, there he is. He's like a Yeti blending into the alpine surroundings.
Makes a great jump onto that unstable table. Oh! And a super job of holding on.
That was so close.
The 5th spot comes with a hero's welcome.
This is it.
One spot, guys. Don't hurry. Don't wait.
Pitbull Avenger with a quick first step and right back there to that axis of trouble.
Oh, boy, he's getting support from the sidelines, but the mailman looks nervous, John. That pitbull is just too close for comfort.
Pitbull Avenger charging down the red plank. Yeah, somebody give that man a treat. The final spot is his. And with that, we have our final 6 moving on to the next round. Donut Shop Cop Kenneth Lee, Mailman Michael Omahundro, Spastic Air Traffic Controller Janet Peterson, Hot Fireman Dean Viana, Hometown Hero Corey Kilroy, and Jeffrey the Pitbull Avenger Lee. Welcome back to a special episode of Wipeout. We are celebrating America's finest.
That's right. The double cross eliminated another half dozen, so we're down to the final 6. Tell them who they are, John.
With pleasure, we have Kenneth Lee, our Donut Shop Cop, Michael the Mailman, Omahundro, the Spastic Air Traffic Controller, Janet Peterson, Hot Fireman, Dean Viana, Hometown Hero, Corey Kilroy, and Jeffrey the Pitbull Avenger Lee.
4 of those 6 are going to move on to the Wipeout Zone and get a shot at $50,000, and we are going to narrow down the field by having our contestants participate in America's favorite pastime, the American Revolution. Contestants stay on the spinner as long as possible while jumping over the sweeper arm. If they go underneath the bar, they're out.
Contestants will also have to avoid a barrage of patriotic projectiles thrown from above. And don't forget, Johnny, this is key. First contestant to grab the brass ring goes home with an extra $1,000. We'll play 4 rounds, and the last man or woman standing at the end of each round will move on to the Wipeout Zone.
The revolution will be televised.
Lexington and Concord, Bunker Hill, Trenton, Wipeout. Let's get rolling.
John, joining us today will be 2 iconic symbols of America, Uncle Sam and Lady Liberty.
You know, some consider her French.
Whatever, she smells good to me. Anyway, I brought some fireworks to kick off the occasion.
Classy touch, my friend.
All right, guys, American Revolution has begun.
And that's why they're illegal. My bad, Ballsy.
There's the revolutionary cannon, or Ballsy exploding. We're off.
To a great start. John, what was that?
I believe the pit bull was struck in the nose by a very patriotic but defective paint balloon.
Wow. Well, at least the confetti cannon is working.
Oh, what a celebration.
Oh, a celebration for the Donut Shop Cop. That may have been the greatest wipeout I've ever seen.
Johnny, how do you see anything through that storm of falling confetti?
I don't know. I assumed it was great. Confetti makes everything great. And so do red, white, and blue paint balloons. What a celebration.
Whoa. Look, Johnny, the pit bull fetched that ring.
I got the ring!
Yeah, good boy.
Somebody give him a saucer.
Oh.
The pit bull taking some licks, but it's his adversary, the mailman, who gets stamped and dropped in the slot.
Yeah, the mailman gets a not-so-special delivery, care of the sweeper on.
4 contestants remain in this heat.
Fire department represent.
And apparently 1 is a fireman.
Oh, Hometown Hero is down. Whoa! But Johnny was the Pitbull Avenger who missed the sweeper arm, and he is out. Hometown Hero recovered. He's back up. And back down again.
Red, white, and blue.
And he wipes out American stock.
It's down to the fireman and our spastic air traffic controller. Oh, and she's rerouted, so it is our hot fireman blazing his way into the Wipeout Zone.
How excited are you, Ballsy? Whee!
5 of America's finest left as round 2 gets underway.
Whoa, and here comes red, white, and blue balls.
Ah, Johnny, you and your ball gags.
You know, as if we didn't have enough balls on the show.
Well, if anybody can withstand this hailstorm, it's these 5 valiant individuals, Johnny.
Well, 4 valiant individuals. There's never a cop around when you need one. Send me your slippery, your wet, your huddled masses, and we'll throw balls at them.
Ooh, spastic air traffic controller deflects that ball, but a direct hit on Pitbull Avenger. Dog's gone. Just the mailman, spastic air traffic controller, and hometown hero left.
Oh, our mailman is down, but manages to... Oh! He's gonna need a change of address form. Wow, our hot fireman even laughs good looking.
That leaves just our spastic air traffic controller and hometown hero.
Oh, our hometown hero proves he's a stand-up guy. He's the last to fall, and he's through to the wipeout zone.
Round 3 coming at you.
Just 2 more spots open for the wipeout zone. Where did Uncle Sam go?
Bearded Uncle's work in mysterious ways, John. Wait, is that him?
No, Johnny, that's my primary care doc.
Well, I love his outfit. What's he doing out there? Holy mother, he's gonna throw apple pie?
That's all American.
Well, at least he's not throwing baseballs.
Thank you, Mr. Man.
At least the Pitbull's polite.
He's always grateful for a treat, Johnny. Oh, bye-bye, Miss American Pie. The spastic air traffic controller is down.
Isn't?
The mailman and the donut shop cop.
Oh, what were you saying?
Holy cow, who just won?
This will require the use of instant replay.
While donut shop cop and the mailman go over the bar, Pitbull and the spastic air traffic controller get disqualified by going under it. But the donut shop cop hangs on just a little bit longer than our mailman. Oh, Uncle Slam!
We got Kenneth, our donut cop, down here. He's going to the wipeout zone. Congratulations, you left.
Everyone raise your donuts to victory.
Back on the spinner, 3 contestants left, only 1 seat remaining in the wipeout zone. Will it be the mailman, the spastic air traffic controller, or the Pitbull Avenger?
Oh, fudge! The heck was that?
I don't think it was fudge.
Ow! What is it?
It's red, white, and blue sponge day.
Oh, that's my favorite. Nana would come home, put down her mailbag, pour herself a cocktail, and make sponge cake for the neighborhood kid.
You had a fascinating childhood, didn't you?
Incoming!
The spastic air traffic controller hits some turbulence, and that is her final descent. She is out of the competition. That leaves it to just our mailman and the Pitbull Avenger. Whoa!
Oh, he just wants to play.
A tough hit, but he's all smiles.
This Pitbull likes it rough.
Once again, it's the Pitbull versus the mailman.
Ah, man versus beast, a battle as old as time.
Oh! That's one dog who's no longer a fan of playing ball. The Pitbull has only a moment to get to his feet.
And it is over, John. The mailman beats his mortal enemy and wins the last round, thus ending the American Revolution. Now, in order to create a more perfect wipeout, we're taking it to the zone.
And moving on to the wipeout zone, we have hot fireman Dean Viana, mailman Michael Omahundro, Kenneth the donut shop cop Lee, and hometown hero Corey Kilroy. Welcome back. Glad to have you tuned in for our special edition of Wipeout.
24 of America's finest showed up in the morning, but only 4 made it here. You know what I'm talking about, the Wipeout Zone.
The Wipeout Zone is made up of 4 stages. It begins here at the Dreadmill launch, where contestants leap sight unseen, dropping and bouncing into water that is not warm.
And then it's a short swim over to the Gutbusters, John. 6 hydraulic blocks 16 feet above the water.
After enduring that pounding, our contestants move on to the Cinistairs. Climb to the top of a spinning spiral staircase of trouble without being taken down by 2 sweeper arms with bad intentions.
Finally, our 4 finest will have to make their way through the gauntlet.
Crankshaft with its quirky twist, followed by the intimidating Blades of Fury, and then the treacherous Beater Toggle.
And from there, it's just one slippery leap to the finish platform.
4 of America's finest remain, and the one with the best time will walk away with 50 large.
First up, hot fireman Dean Viana. Let's see how he got here.
Our hot fireman pumped himself up for the qualifier, posting the fastest time of the day. After impressive performances on the double cross and at the American Revolution, Dean is ready to blaze his way through the wipeout zone. Does Dean have a burning desire for that 50K?
Fire department representing.
He's ready to go. The Dreadmill is armed. And he is on his way, John. Free falling onto the trampoline. A good bounce, but only average distance.
Yeah, he made contact so high on the ramp, he wasn't able to get much extension through all that smoke and confetti. Now he faces the Gutbusters.
Challenge here, crossing 6 large piston action blocks.
Of course, as a firefighter, he's no stranger to climbing.
No ladders here, though, Johnny. And not a bad technique as he slides onto the last one there.
Look at that white knuckle grip. And he makes it through on his first attempt. That's impressive.
But still a long way to go. The Cinestairs up next.
The Cinestairs, a spinning spiral staircase with 2 sweeper arms trying to take you out.
And he's down and soaked.
Yeah, let's take another look. He tries to avoid that sweeper arm, but he loses his grip and takes a dip.
Well, as the first person up, Dean gets unlimited visits to the Cinestairs.
Yeah, the key to the Cinestairs, John, balance, timing, and not falling. But he is cruising now.
He's reached the top, holding on very tightly.
So far, he has only wiped out once, but now he faces the crankshaft.
I'm only going to say it once, Johnny. Crankshaft, all about timing.
Oh!
And the crankshaft taking him for a ride. He's crunch.
Wow, he flips over the crankshaft, shoots the moon for a full rotation, and gets sandwiched on the other side. That was awesome.
Dean's time now up over 8 minutes. Man fights fires, Johnny. Pretty sure give up isn't on his list of options.
Very true. Oh, almost loses his balance there.
Stays upright. Now stepping to the blades of fury. Whoa! Taken out hard.
Yeah, he takes a shot right to the solar plexus, which is going to make that long swim back a nightmare.
And after starting so strong, he's beginning to have some real issues. 13.5 minutes in, and his hopes of setting a blistering opening time are dwindling.
But can he solve the blades of fury this time around?
He does survive and advance. Come on.
Dean trying to psych himself up to the finish.
Onto the beater totter, clamping down on either side.
Oh, and it puts him vertical.
The beater totter doing everything it can to get Dean off his back, but he stubbornly holds on, shaking it violently. Onto the finish platform, Dean Viana has set the opening standard in the Wipeout Zone, 14 minutes, 10 seconds.
But will that be enough to hold off this man?
Woo! Here we go, Wipeout, bring it on!
Michael the Mailman Omohundro wouldn't let anything stop him on the qualifier. He excelled on the double cross, and despite a close call, he overcame adversaries and faithfully delivered, landing himself a spot in the Wipeout Zone.
And now Michael preparing to take on the Wipeout Zone. The launch sequence is initiated. The clock begins, and Michael is off into the night.
And he flies through sheer descent and sails into the water below.
Yeah, Johnny, our mailman caroming forward into the Wipeout Zone, which is going to shorten the distance. He'll have to swim over that next obstacle.
Michael on the second obstacle, the gut busters, and all that movement makes every step here dangerous.
Oh, and he takes a giant step and nearly slips off. That was quite an awkward move there.
I think he's found a technique that works, John. It's called the fall and flop.
Oh, the belly flop again to the final block, and in a very similar style and time to our firefighter before him.
Unfortunately, next up is the Cinestairs, so it gets no easier.
Oh, and he is down and drenched almost immediately.
He wasn't quite able to get his footing underneath him and right back into the drain.
Mailman, Fireman, remarkably similar runs by our first 2 finalists so far.
Oh, the sweeper arm clips him again, but he manages to hold on.
Michael's run has been 4 minutes, a close call so far. Oh, nothing close there. That is a direct hit.
Almost at the top, but takes a shot right to the head, and our mailman was returned to sender.
Trip number 3 up the Cinestairs now for Michael. 7 minutes down, 7 minutes left in his pursuit of the cash. This is where he had problems the last time. Needs to be ever wary of that sweeper arm.
All the way at the top of the Cinestairs now. He just has to make that leap across.
Nice, and he's made it. Mailman now onto the final leg of the Wipeout Zone, the gauntlet. Remember, our leader Dean had trouble the first time through. Let's see if Michael can figure it out. Yeah, you gotta go, my friend. Oh, the crankshaft collects him and tosses him out.
Yeah, a slight hesitation there, and the crankshaft catches him in the midsection and sends him flying head over heels into that frigid water below.
Michael now has less than 3 minutes to finish trying to solve the crankshaft. Oh, he's down again, Johnny. Just can't figure out the pattern here.
Yeah, Dean likes the look of that. Michael doesn't stop to time it. He just goes for it, and he pays the price.
A precious few seconds left. No way Michael is going to win. Not going to mail it in, though. What? Oh, there he goes.
And it looks like the hot fireman's lead will hold because there's the horn.
Welcome back to Wipeout. We are in the second half of a special Wipeout zone, and two of America's finest are still to make a run at our $50,000 prize.
Hot fireman Dean Viana is still in the lead, but on deck is donut shop cop Kenneth Lee. Let's take a look at how he got to the zone.
Kenneth Lee, the donut shop cop, dunked himself in the qualifier, but rolled through the double cross. After laying the law down at the American Revolution, he's ready to take a run at the Wipeout zone.
Kenneth Lee is ready and waiting. The Dreadmill is armed, and here we go.
He is off.
Oh, and he lands on his side before hitting the water. Sort of a sideways flop on the trampoline, gets a terrible bounce and just barely reaches the H2O. 14:10 is the time to beat. Ooh, Ken just kind of flops onto the next block.
Needs to be careful. Momentum can shift in an instant on the Gutbusters. Dean, both our leader and interested spectator.
One last leap. Oh, my God. Brutal faceplant. John, he nearly made it through the Gutbusters on his first attempt, but he eats it hard on his last step.
Well, that's like getting kicked in the guts. Slowly here. Tough to tell the difference between caution and exhaustion at this point. Oh, he came up short and back into the water.
Ken falls from the very peak of the Gutbusters.
Feeling good.
Dean with reason to feel good. Ken already 6.5 minutes in.
Yeah, he seemed to have really hit the wall here on the Gutbusters.
This is so much slippery than it looks.
Slippery, just the half of it. The pump. Oh, and he's down again.
No, a miraculous recovery, John. Look at that.
Amazing save, but he's still not done yet.
Come on.
Ken finally defeats the Gutbusters, and that has to be satisfying.
Ken, a little kick at the Gutbusters in frustration. Now Ken onto the Cinestairs and dives right for that second step. A great idea there to avoid that arm that swept away so many today.
Yeah, it's a good strategy, but if he wants to get back into this race, he might want to stop crawling and start running.
Now, let's not second guess. It's worked so far for him, Johnny. He is at the top of the Cinestairs.
Oh, what a rough landing, but he definitely made up some time as he goes to the gauntlet.
Less than 7 minutes if he wants to bring home the cash, but this is where the hot fireman had problems.
Oh, yikes! Ken's timing is way off, and the crankshaft sends him cartwheeling into that freezing cold water.
Up for a second attempt. Again, charging after that 50 grand.
Man, this thing is fast.
That's right, Ken. That's why it's called the Blades of Fury.
Oh, Ken blasted one step out and then just sent flying.
Yeah, a crushing blow right there. He's really going to have to move fast now.
He is down to about 40 seconds left and the whole gauntlet to go. And he flies through that crankshaft again. Much better through the Blades of Fury this time. Only the beater totter remains. No time to think. He just needs to bolt across the beater totter.
Yeah, go.
Inching forward, though. That's not going to get it done. Can't get a grip here on anything.
Oh! Yep, Ken's day is done.
You feel it. It's gonna be a good night tonight.
Now, the only guy who could ruin Dean's good night.
Corey, the hometown hero Kilroy, was his own personal hero on the qualifier. Barely rescued himself on the double cross. After an exceptional performance at the American Revolution, he secured his spot in the Wipeout zone.
It all comes down to this, Johnny. Who will be Wipeout's America's finest champion? The Dreadmill. Armed, start up the clock. Flying out of the Dreadmill and crashing into the zone.
Wow, some big air from our hometown hero. He gets a great bounce, sending him far into the drink, which is going to give him a terrific head start.
Corey already out ahead of the time set by Dean, but he's got to do better than Ken, who showed us just how dangerous these Gutbusters can be.
That's right, John. Corey under a lot of pressure, but pressure is where this hometown hero thrives. Remember, he saved his neighborhood from a fire.
Oh!
Dean watches on. Corey makes one more jump, and he's across. So it looks like our hometown hero is about 20 seconds ahead of where our fireman was at this point.
Now Corey has to take on the Cinestairs and looking in absolute amazement at that contraption in front of him.
Well, yeah, I would too. These sweeper arms are just nipping at his heel.
Danger at every turn. Corey climbing the Cinestairs, way ahead of the pace set by Dean. 5 steps up to the top. He looks really tired.
Uh-oh is exactly right, Dean. You are witnessing a perfect run so far.
The gauntlet up next. Corey with a comfortable lead, but man, he's really feeling the effects of the zone. At the crankshaft. And look at the perfect rhythm as he crosses.
Wow.
Wow, indeed, he is setting fire to this course.
Oh, a sudden end to the perfect run.
Oh, yeah, the Blades of Fury quickly established they are not holding on for a hero.
That long swim and climb back, that's going to put a dent in his cushion and tighten things up.
Yeah, we've seen great runs fall completely apart here in the gauntlet before. Will it happen to our hometown hero?
Back at the Blades of Fury, the only obstacle to get the better of Corey. No wipeout this time. Corey, the heroes jump onto the beater totter, now just a few yards from victory. Oh, there's that rearing up, holding on. Oh, he slides down and off.
John, he was right at the end of the beater totter, but it shakes him loose at the last second, and he is back to the beginning of the gauntlet.
Corey had that perfect run, but he has encountered real adversity here on the gauntlet.
Down to about 4.5 minutes now. He needs to hurry.
Those swims have been a real time killer. Now onto the beater totter. Corey looking exhausted, has to dig deep here. Dean watching anxiously. In the next 4 minutes, he'll either make or lose $50,000. Oh, Corey thrown back by the beater tot. Remarkably, he has stayed on. I don't know if that's luck or the Lord's Prayer, but it worked.
Unbelievable.
Corey giving it all he's got. Climbing, shooting forward. Oh, look at that. He's landed on the platform. He's done
Corey,
it.
you just won Wipeout. You just won $50,000.
And there you have it, a spectacular finish in the Wipeout Zone for our special America's Finest edition.
Our thanks to the 24 contestants on this show and also to all those across the country who help keep us safe, protect our neighborhoods, enrich our communities. Hey, we're back again next week. New competitors, new obstacles, and of course, Johnny, wipeouts aplenty. I'm John Anderson.
And for our colleague Jill Wagner, I'm John Henson saying good night and big balls.